What is up, guys? This is Nick Fiore. This is the Fiore's Nation YouTube channel right here on YouTube.com. This is the NXT Takeover Vengeance Day review on Valentine's Day last Sunday night. This is the review for that, in which I thought was a damn near perfect NXT Takeover, man. Probably the best takeover in a long time since Takeover Portland from February in 2020. Last year, man. Now, 2020 was not a good year for NXT. It wasn't. NXT's not been the same since February/March of 2020 last year. And then March with the pandemic, and then it went all downhill. And then we had Charlotte Flair as NXT Women's Champion. That didn't work. They took the title off Charlotte, thank God, at TakeOver in Your House last June. They gave it to Io Shirai, thank goodness. And then he had Vince McMahon getting his hands on NXT with main roster influence on NXT, which was not good. You had stars who Vince just wanted to push with no build, like Karrion Kross last year. They had main roster influences and all like that. And then the Leon Ruff bullshit late last year, which was terrible, with the North American title, and they took it off him, thank God. And all that other stuff. In 2020, in the year 2020 as a whole, was just not kind to NXT at all. It really was not. Now I want to be honest with you. I really do, guys. If you've watched me long enough, and I've only started since August of last year and all, and I started the Fiore's Nation YouTube channel back in August of last year in 2020. For those of you who've watched me, I will say this. For those of you who've watched me and have watched me for a while now, you should know by now that I don't sugarcoat. I'm honest with what I watch on a weekly basis with Raw, with SmackDown, with NXT, AEW, NXT UK, and the takeovers and the pay-per-views, etc., etc. I'm always honest with you guys. I don't sugarcoat. I call it like it is. When I see a good show, I'll praise it. When I see something bad on television, I am gonna call them. I am gonna call out on it, and I'm gonna say what needs to be fixed in order to turn that negative into a positive. And if there's something bad, I am gonna call out on that bullshit, and I'm gonna say what needs to be done in order to fix it. I don't sugarcoat whatsoever. I'm upfront. I'm always upfront with you guys. I'm honest with what I watch every single week on a frequent basis. And again, when I see a bad show, I tell you. When I see a good show, I tell you. NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day was a good show. It wasn't a good show. Actually, reword that. It was not a good show. It was not a good show. It was a great show. NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day was a great show. A damn near perfect takeover. It wasn't perfect, but it was damn near perfect. We had 5 matches on the card last Sunday night at NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. 5 matches on the card. And the show was 2.5 hours, and the time flew by really nicely. We got some really good wrestling. And last Sunday just felt like NXT of old, in my opinion. It really did. We had the 2 Dusty Classic finals, really good stuff, some good tag team wrestling. We had a decent main event, a good women's triple threat for the NXT women's title, good North American title match, and the ending, that was good as well. We'll talk about that in a while for this very video here. Adam Cole turns his back on the Undisputed Era at the end of TakeOver Vengeance Day last Sunday. Adam Cole super kicked Kyle O'Reilly when everyone thought Finn Balor was going to join the Undisputed Era. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Adam Cole lays a super kick on Finn Balor. Then Adam Cole lays a super kick on Kyle O'Reilly. Then Roderick Strong, he doesn't know what to choose, if he sides with Adam Cole or doesn't. Then Adam Cole just walks away by himself and leaves the arena. So the ending was really nice with Takeover last Sunday night too, and a nice little cliffhanger, and it gives you a reason to watch NXT this Wednesday, which is actually NXT tonight and all. Well, but a nice little cliffhanger over from Takeover Vengeance Day last Sunday, and it gives you a reason to watch NXT this week, and I'm excited for it. I know I watch Dynamite and NXT both on Wednesdays every week, but NXT, I gotta be honest with you, I'm looking forward to NXT tonight, and I have not an excitement for NXT. I have not an excitement for NXT. I have not felt that in a very very long time, and I'm excited for it. And now you have a reason to watch NXT this week with that nice little cliffhanger from NXT Takeover Vengeance Day last Sunday night. You could have Adam Cole. I mean, Adam Cole turning his back on Undisputed Era. Does Roderick Strong join Adam Cole? Does he not? And Bobby Fish should be coming back in a little bit, in a while. Does Bobby Fish side with Adam Cole or not? Plus the NXT title picture situation. It's like now it's like with Finn Balor NXT title, like Adam Cole involved, maybe Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, maybe Karrion Kross. At this point, do we get Kross and Balor at this point? I don't know. At this point, Kross doesn't need NXT anymore. Karrion Kross and Scarlett should really be called up after WrestleMania this year to Monday Night Raw, in my honest opinion. Karrion Kross doesn't need NXT anymore. He doesn't. He's ready for the main roster. Call him up. He doesn't need NXT anymore, in my opinion. That's just me. Or we could get Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. I heard they fought each other in Ring of Honor in the past years ago, but we could get that this time in WWE and NXT. Who knows? But possibilities are endless, and it's very unpredictable, man. And in a good way. It's very unpredictable in a good way, and I'm excited for it. They could go either way. The possibilities are endless. And I'm excited for it, and we'll have to see where it goes, but I'm looking forward to it personally. Let me know what you guys think on that. But anyways, we're going to get started here with the review here right now for Takeover Vengeance Day last Sunday night. We're going to get started with that right now. And I'm also start with talking about this right now. We had the pre-show last Sunday night for Takeover Vengeance Day. And during the pre-show, they announced a signing. Now, there are a bunch of new sightings for NXT. Now the signings for NXT. Now the signings for NXT. There's been a bunch of them as of late. Taya Valkyrie from Impact Wrestling. She's no longer with Impact. She's now officially with WWE, and she's now with NXT. Her husband John. She's married to current Raw star John Morrison, who's now on Raw. Now Taya Valkyrie's in WWE, and now she's in NXT. Parker Bordeaux, the Brock Lesnar lookalike, he signed Christian Casanova, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard he signed Blake Christian. He signed as well as this guy who I'm going to talk about right now, LA Knight, who was Eli Drake in TNA. They had the Takeover Vengeance Day pre-show last Sunday night, and during the pre-show, Eli Drake showed up, and now he's in NXT, but he's not Eli Drake in NXT. He is LA Knight. I'm not too keen on that, to be honest with you. LA Knight, who gets over by the name LA Knight, with LA being obviously Los Angeles, but LA Knight. I know I'm gonna have to. It may take time for me to get used to that, but Eli Drake now in WWE. I'm not the biggest Eli Drake fan, to be honest with you. I mean, he's not bad, but I'm not really a big fan of him. He's okay, but that's just me. But we'll see what happens where he goes in NXT. I could easily see him in the mid card in NXT for the NXT North American title. I could see him there. He's not a cruiserweight at all. I don't see him in the cruiserweight division whatsoever. I could easily see him in the mid card in NXT fighting for the North American title easily. I could see that. some people are asking as well, Eli Drake, is it like an EC3 thing? It's like now EC3, when he left, went to TNA and reinvented himself, then he came back to WWE. I had high hopes for him, but man, oh man, did they bury him too. But man, oh man, when EC3 was on the main roster in 2019, man, oh man, did they bury this guy so much. They absolutely fucking buried this guy to the point of no return, man. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Hope it's not the same with Eli Drake, but I don't trust the main roster at all to do the right thing. I don't. I really don't. But we'll see what happens. But Eli Drake, man, LA Knight, he is now officially NXT. I know some people are saying that are asking, like, is WWE hoarding talent? Is WWE hoarding talent? I think so. Yes, I think so. Oh, but NXT needs people because it's going to be call-ups and the call-ups are going to do great on Monday nights, man. Are you kidding me? Ask Mr. Keith Lee and how he's doing on Monday Night Raw. Go ask Mia Yim and Dominic Dijakovic and Shayna Baszler. That would be, say, who? Like what? Adam Cole's future on Raw? You don't want that. Come on. Come on. I don't want to see that at all. I don't want to see that at all. Monday Night Raw, where careers go to die. Adam Cole on Monday Night Raw? Come on. Come on. That'd be terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. But that's just my opinion on all of that with the signings and stuff and all. Also wanted to talk real quick. Wanted to talk about the new signings to NXT and all. Also may not do a review from Dynamite and NXT from last week. I've just been having a lot of college stuff going on and art stuff with college going on. I've been really busy with that and just trying to get just bang shit out and just I'm taking a screenwriting class and I have to do a writing thing for that due next week and just yeah. So if you guys want to know like why some videos haven't been posting them for 2021, that's why. Some of them, that's why. So I apologize for that. So it's just that, and thank God it's my last college semester, man. It is tough, man. Our last semester of college, and I'm just been a little bit slammed as of late. And I honestly, with this current college semester, and thank God it's my last semester, I can't wait for it to be over, man. I really can't wait for it to be over. So that is that. So I just thought I'd just get that. So I thought I'd just get that off my chest and all for you guys. So I really want to talk about that. And then the new signings with NXT, like I just said moments ago. Also, the day after Takeover Vengeance Day, earlier this week, I saw some people the next morning on Twitter saying, oh, NXT ripped off AEW with in-ring action. They copied Dynamite with in-ring action and storytelling and the heel turn at the end. Shame on you, NXT and Triple H. You're ripping off Dynamite with in-ring action. Hold on. Must I have a drink? Do I have a drink? I know it's not much, but anyways. I want to say this right now. I really want to say this right now. People saying, oh, NXT ripped off Dynamite on Vengeance Day for Takeover Vengeance Day, saying oh, NXT ripped off Dynamite with in-ring action and a heel turn at the end for Takeover Vengeance Day. Are you serious? Are you absolutely serious, dude? Like, how did NXT rip off Dynamite with Takeover Vengeance Day? How? I must ask you how. I must ask you how. NXT has always done in-ring competition and storytelling and such. NXT's always done that. Even before NXT's always done that, even before AEW existed. Even before AEW Dynamite fucking existed. So the people that on Twitter that were saying, oh, NXT's ripping off Dynamite from Takeover Vengeance Day, the people who said that, you're just flat out wrong. You are just flat out fucking wrong. And it's like some people, oh, the women's Dusty Classic Finals was sloppy. Raquel Gonzalez is green as grass. The match sucked. Are you fucking kidding me? And the people, oh, Raquel Gonzalez is green, and the women's Dusty Cup Finals was sloppy, and you don't know what you're watching. The match was trash. The match wasn't good. What are you talking about? Clown, I know what I'm fucking watching, dude. I'm watching Raquel Gonzalez, who's actually trying to get better. Watching Dakota Kai, who's good. Shotzi Blackheart, who's good, and Ember Moon, who's good. So I know what I'm watching, clown. I don't know what the hell you're watching. And to the people that are saying, oh, NXT's ripping off Dynamite with Takeover Vengeance Day, are you serious? Are you absolutely serious? They are not ripping off Dynamite with Takeover Vengeance Day. And if you think that, you're a fucking idiot. NXT has always done in-ring action and storytelling and all, even before AEW existed. So you're just flat out wrong with that fucking comment on that. Oh, NXT's ripping off AEW. Oh, NXT's ripping off AEW with NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day with in-ring competition and in-ring action and the storytelling and a heel turn at the end. Blow me. Blow me. Oh, NXT's ripping off Dynamite with TakeOver Vengeance Day. Blow me. Blow me. NXT's not ripping them off. And if you think that, you're a fucking idiot. You are an absolute fucking idiot. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. So I thought I'd just say that. Also, the last thing I want to talk about before we talk about the matches and the results from TakeOver Vengeance Day last Sunday night. I saw something a while ago, and I know this. I think this happened like a week ago, or like about at least over a week ago, a little while ago. There was a thing regarding Casey Catanzaro. There was a thing where there was Casey Catanzaro's Instagram. It was like a 7-second video from Casey Catanzaro's Instagram account. Someone took the 7 seconds out of that Instagram video of Casey Catanzaro with her Casey Catanzaro in the video with Casey Catanzaro in a restaurant with her friends, being with no masks and such. And then so someone took 7 minutes from this video, and people were just blasting. So people that was that, and there's like this 7-second video of on Instagram of Casey Catanzaro with her friends at a restaurant with no masks on, and people on Instagram when this video was there posted on Instagram, when this was posted on Instagram, people just bashing Casey. Oh, Casey, you're an idiot. You don't have your mask on. You're a moron. You're an absolute fucking fool for not having your mask on. People just jumping Casey down her throat. Poor Casey. I feel so bad for Casey Catanzaro that people just jumping down her throat and just going after her and bashing her. Oh, Casey, you're a freaking idiot for not having your mask on. You're an idiot for not wearing a mask. And then afterwards, Casey Catanzaro then went to Twitter and did a video, and she didn't even have to do this video for you fucking idiots. You fucking idiots. Casey, and then after all this, Casey then went to Twitter and posted some, I think it's like a minute or two video on Twitter. Casey Catanzaro was saying, at the WWE Performance Center, we're tested once a week, if not twice a week. We practice the social distancing. We follow the rules of the COVID-19 thing. We follow the COVID protocols. We wear our masks. We're socially distant. She even said that she has She even said that with the hand sanitizer, she has it with her at all times, and she's wearing a mask. And she also said when going at a restaurant, when she goes out to eat at a restaurant, going in the building, she has her mask on. And when she's seated at a table, she takes her mask off because because at a restaurant, indoor dining, you cannot eat or drink with a fucking mask on. It's damn near impossible unless they make a mask where you can eat and drink out of it. But then if you do that, it defeats the entire purpose of even wearing a fucking mask. So Casey Catanzaro even said in the Twitter video not long ago, she even said that when she goes in a restaurant, she wears her mask. When she's seated at a table inside the restaurant, she takes her mask off. When she goes in a restaurant before all that, she goes inside the restaurant before all that, she has her mask on. When she leaves the restaurant and pays the bill, after she pays the bill, she then has her mask on. When she wants to go to the bathroom inside the restaurant, she has her mask on, etc., etc. And then Casey said all this, and I think I have the article. I may have the article here to fully say it to you guys. Hold on. If my computer even works. Hold on. I think I may still have this article regarding this Casey Catanzaro situation, which was, and people just going after Casey, man, absolutely disgusting. To those who went after Casey and just bashed her, you are a fucking asshole, and I have absolutely no respect for you. You are a fucking idiot. You are an absolute fucking moron, and I have zero respect for you. The people who went after Casey, you can go fuck yourselves. Seriously, the people that jumped down Casey's throat, and I feel bad for Casey Catanzaro. I really do. And for those who went after her, you should absolutely be ashamed of your fucking selves. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves for going after Casey like that. Seriously. So let's see this thing, this news article. And so it's like this video footage and even quotes from it. So here's the thing. This was from the Twitter video from Casey Catanzaro not long ago after all this happened. And it's from the Twitter video. And this is from quotes from the Twitter video. Casey says, quote, "I just wanted to get on here and be able to talk to everyone for a minute. I know that people are concerned that I was at a restaurant over the weekend. I want everyone to know that I hear you and I appreciate the concern. Here where I live in Florida, restaurants are open to a certain capacity or like a limited capacity. So indoor dining is open with a limited capacity. Even not long ago, the New York City indoor dining, that even reopened not long ago with limited capacity. You have to wear a mask." So Casey Catanzaro then says in this quote, "Here where I live in Florida, restaurants are open to a certain capacity. You have to wear a mask when you go in and when you leave. And really any time that we aren't sitting down at our table, we have to have our mask on. But when we are sitting down to eat or drink, we are allowed to take our masks off. Just like I said moments ago, when you're in the restaurant eating, when you're seated at a table eating at a restaurant indoors, you're allowed to take your mask off. You're not going to catch COVID if you eat or drink. You can't eat and drink with a fucking mask on. So you have to eat and drink. So it's like you're not going to catch COVID if you eat and drink. You have to take your mask off if you're eating and drinking. Just like I said moments ago with that. I know that that's the part that people saw, that people were upset with. I'm sorry for anybody that is upset. I understand you're concerned, and I want you to know that I do care about the safety of others around me and myself, and I follow all of the COVID-19 protocols. Luckily for me with work, we get tested at least once a week, if not twice sometimes, and I carry my hand sanitizer with me everywhere that we have to. I wear my mask. I'm sorry that this moment made people think otherwise, but I just want you to all know that I hear you, I appreciate the concern, and I am looking out for the safety of others around me as well as trying to take care of myself the best I can. And I wish the best for everybody else. End quote. End quote. So there you have it. There you have it. And it's like Casey, she has her mask. She wears her mask when she's not eating at a table. When she's eating at a table, she has her mask off. When she's not eating and drinking, she has her mask on. She has her hand sanitizer with her at all times. She gets tested once a week, if not twice. She follows the COVID protocols. So how fucking dare you go at this fucking woman and just bash her and calling her an idiot for not wearing her mask? The people that went after Casey, how fucking dare you? How dare you? First of all, let me ask you something. For the people who bashed Casey, you fucking idiots. Do you live next door to Casey Catanzaro? Number one. Number two, do you live in the neighborhood as Casey Catanzaro? Also, do you work in the same fucking building as Casey Catanzaro? Are you friends with Casey Catanzaro? Do you have the same job? Do you work in the same fucking building as Casey Catanzaro? Are you related to Casey Catanzaro? If you're not, shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. And the people that bashed Casey, poor Casey, I feel so fucking bad for her. The people that went after her, I have no fucking respect for you. None. For you just going at Casey like that. How fucking dare you? How dare you? Now, and it's like the people are calling her an idiot for not wearing her mask. How dare you? For those of you who did that, you should absolutely look. You need to look at yourselves in the mirror. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. Big time. Big time. Now, if this was March or April of May of last year, where the COVID cases were really spiking at an all-time high, if it was that time, then I understand your concerns for Casey. Then I would. But now we know more about COVID-19. Now we know who's more vulnerable to it, who's not. The elderly people and the young infants being more vulnerable and all to the COVID. Now we know a lot more about the COVID. And correct me if I'm wrong, don't we have COVID vaccines out right now? My grandparents actually got the first shot of the COVID vaccine this past weekend. My mom also got the 2 shots of the COVID vaccine a month or 2 ago. And I'm even getting my COVID vaccine in mid-April this year, whether it's a first shot deal or a one shot deal or a 2 shot deal. I'm even getting the COVID vaccine this April, on April 9th. So there are COVID vaccines out right now. The COVID-19 is just, in my opinion, I mean, COVID-19, don't get me wrong, it's serious, but my God, COVID-19 is just blown way out of proportion. Way out of proportion. But the media is not going to tell you that, because all they care about is this. That's all the media cares about, is the fucking almighty dollar. That's all the media gives a fucking shit about. And it's true. It's absolutely true. And so there are vaccines out right now, and there's more on the way. And I'm sure by late spring, early summer this year, around April, May or June of this year, I'm sure around that time, then I'm sure around that time, nationwide, the COVID vaccine will then be available nationwide to the younger people, and then more people will get vaccinated in the summertime, going into July and August and September and all, and all the other stuff, and even before that. And then it's like August, September, going into the fall, and even going into the Christmas season at the end of the year this year. And then we're going into that, and then going to those times this year, the COVID cases are going to be at an all-time low. I mean, hell, not long ago, I watched the news saying that the COVID case percentage now A while ago, it was a 7%. Now it's down to a 3.5% for positive COVID case percentage right now. Right now, from a 7% down to now a 3.5%. So cases are going down right now because of the COVID vaccines out right now. And the COVID vaccines have been out now since December a few months ago. And now we do have vaccines right now. So we do have vaccines out right now. And there's going to be more on the way. So by the later part of this year, the COVID cases are going to be at an all-time low, guys, believe me. So that I'm going to say on that. Cases will go down, people. They will go down because of the coronavirus vaccines, because of the coronavirus vaccinations. And people just blow this COVID just way out of proportion, man. People just in the COVID, people just blow it way out of proportion. They really do. I mean, it's serious, but people just blow it way out of proportion. This COVID-19 thing, and there are far more illness, and there have been illnesses that are far more worse than COVID-19, like the Spanish flu from 1980 to 1920. There are illnesses that are, and there are illnesses that are and that have been way worse than COVID-19. COVID-19 is nothing like the flu that's on steroids. COVID-19 is nothing but the flu that's on freaking steroids. That's all it is. That's all COVID-19 is. The flu on steroids. The flu on steroids. And don't get me wrong, COVID-19 is serious, but man, people just blow it way out of proportion. And the people that went after Casey, shame on you. The people that bashed Casey and calling Casey an idiot and just bashed Casey, and now Casey even banned her Twitter right now, or not banned it, but now Casey even didn't ban her Twitter, but Casey deactivated her Twitter. She even deactivated her Twitter not long ago. Was Casey Catanzaro? All because of you fucking morons. Because of you. Now are you happy? Huh? For you people that bashed Casey and went after her, you should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. You should absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. Don't worry about other people. They're not going to put you in fucking danger. They're not going to give you the coronavirus. She's not going to come in sick within less than 6 feet of you. Don't worry about other people. Worry about your fucking selves. Stop worrying about other people. It's none of your business to worry about other people. Casey Catanzaro is not going to give you COVID. She's not. So don't worry about other fucking people. Just only worry about yourselves. Worry about yourselves. And Casey, and you don't tell Casey, and you don't tell Casey what, and you don't tell Casey what to do either. Casey Catanzaro's a full-grown. Casey Catanzaro is an adult. She can do whatever the hell she wants. She can do whatever she wants. If she wants to go out, and I've said it before, and it's like, and I'm gonna say it to you people as well. It's like, if you want to go out, and if you want to go out, you gotta follow the rules. If you want to go out, and if you know that you're careful, if you want to go out, go out. That's your right. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. If you want to go out, you got to follow the rules with the COVID protocols. If you don't want to go out, stay the hell home. Rant over. Rant over. Let's go over NXT Takeover Vengeance Day from last Sunday night. So the first match on the card, we had the Women's Dusty Cup Tag Team Classic Finals. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. Quickly reminder, Raquel Gonzalez is better than Nia Jax and Braun Strowman. Don't at me. Raquel Gonzalez doesn't do woohoo, woohoo, because you know Braun Strowman runs fast, man. And that's all. And I'm not sure if you realize that Braun Strowman runs fast, man. And I mean Braun Strowman, he runs really, really fucking fast, man. He runs really fast, and I mean really, really fast. Anyways, man. So yeah, Raquel Gonzalez, she is better than Braun Strowman and Tamina Stuka and Nia Jax. Don't at me. Don't at me. So this match we had Shotzi Blackheart jumping under Raquel Gonzalez's back. Gonzalez tosses Blackheart to the mat. Blackheart tags in Moon. Moon locks Gonzalez in an octopus hold. Fast forwarding this match, we then get Blackheart and Moon then double teaming Gonzalez to no avail. Blackheart then tries a sunset flip, but Gonzalez sits out and gets a near fall. Gonzalez then drives her shoulder into Blackheart's stomach. Kai then tags it and kicks Blackheart in the face as Gonzalez had her in a bear hug position. Kai then misses a boot in the corner. Blackheart catches Kai's foot and slams her into a Texas cloverleaf. Kai then gets on the ropes. Moon holds Kai in place as Blackheart lands a senton. Moon then tags in and crushes Kai with a slingshot splash, which looked nice. Blackheart and Moon then work over Kai's knee. Blackheart then tries a PK, but Blackheart rolls Kai into a single Boston Crab, or into a single leg crab, or single leg Boston Crab. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart then slam Dakota Kai into the mat. Moon locks in a knee bar. Kai almost gets to the corner multiple times. Moon then keeps pulling Kai back into the middle of the ring. Kai then lands in a few kicks again and almost reaches Gonzalez. Moon then drags Kai into her corner. Gonzalez charges in. Blackheart tags in, but the referee doesn't see it because he was arguing with Raquel Gonzalez. Moon then knocks Gonzalez off the apron. Kai then finally makes the tag. Gonzalez runs over Moon. Slam on to Moon by Gonzalez in the corner over and over again. Gonzalez then tosses Moon all over the ring. Gonzalez then pulls Blackheart in the ring and launches her with a fallaway slam. Kai then tags back in. Gonzalez then launches Kai into Moon. Kai goes for a pin. Blackheart breaks up the pin with a senton, which looked nice. And then fast forwarding this match, Gonzalez and Kai then work over Moon. Moon fires up and hits the Eclipse on Gonzalez. Kai distracts the referee. Gonzalez kicks out. Gonzalez picks up Moon for a one-arm powerbomb. Blackheart then flies off the top rope and drop kicks Gonzalez before she could hit the move. Gonzalez kicks out again. Blackheart and Kai then tag in. Blackheart then hits a modified Ushigoroshi for a near fall. Blackheart hits slice bread number 2, which looked beautiful off the top rope on Gonzalez. Kai breaks up that pin. Moon then holds open the middle rope so Blackheart can land a suicide dive on Kai. Moon and Blackheart hit a doomsday device outside the ring on Kai. Moon then locks Gonzalez in a modified STF. Kai breaks it up with a pump kick to Moon's face. Kai and Blackheart then tag in. Kai lands the chiropractor, but Blackheart kicks out. And then we get Gonzalez and Kai then hitting assisted CTK or go to kick. Moon breaks up the pinfall. Gonzalez then pounces Moon out of the ring onto the ramp attached to the ring. Now, this was scary. Raquel had Ember in a power slam position, and Raquel launches Ember. Raquel launches Ember over the top rope and onto the ramp that was attached over the top rope and onto the ramp attached to the ring. Man, that looked scary, and that took Ember out of the match. Now, thank God that was the ramp attached to the ring, because if it was just floor, Ember would be dead. But man, did that look nasty from Raquel Gonzalez, man. And that took Ember Moon out of the match. And then Gonzalez launches Moon off the ramp and into the crowd. So that took Ember out of the match, actually. And then as Gonzalez was getting back in the ring, Blackheart then crushes Gonzalez with a splash to the back of the head. Gonzalez kicks out. Gonzalez then slams Kai onto Blackheart with a military press slam. Double team move over the top rope onto Shotzi Blackheart. And then Gonzalez gets in the ring. She gets the one-arm powerbomb on Shotzi Blackheart. Gonzalez and Kai then both show Shotzi Blackheart's shoulders are down on the mat. Gonzalez and Kai then both pin Shotzi at the same time for the win. And the winners in the first ever Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic champions, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. This was a really good match. And Raquel and Dakota, not only do they win here and not only do they become the inaugural Women's Dusty Cup champions, but they also get a future Women's Tag Team title match against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. This was a really good match here. And Raquel and Dakota winning was absolutely the right move. Ember and Shotzi didn't need the win. Shotzi's going to do big things in NXT this year on her own. And so same thing with Ember, especially Shotzi. So Shotzi, Blackheart, and Ember Moon, they did not need this at all. So Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai going over here was definitely the right decision. And Raquel and Dakota win. And it was a good match. And Raquel and Dakota, they are your next women's tag team champions. You need to give them the titles, man. Give them the titles. Shayna and Nia are a joke. What are they going to do with those women's tag titles? Nothing. Not with Nia Jax screaming my hole not long ago on Raw. And Shayna Baszler is buried on Raw. Shayna and Nia are a joke. Nope. How am I supposed to take them seriously, especially after Nia Jax screaming my hole? Come on now. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are your next women's tag team champions. They should win. If they don't win the titles, it's a fail. You're not like Raquel and Dakota. It's like you give them the Women's Dusty Cup. You're not going to have them lose. You're not going to have them lose to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Come on. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, they need to put the women's tag titles on them. I mean, the women's tag titles, I'd say burn them. But if you're not going to do that, give the women's tag titles to NXT and give them to a team like Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, who I think deserve them. Definitely. Raquel Gonzalez has come a long way, man. At first, when she was paired with Dakota back last year in February of 2020, at first I wasn't a fan of it at all. But now Raquel Gonzalez is now really growing on me. You can tell Raquel has gotten a lot better in that ring. You can instantly tell. You can tell that Raquel is actually trying and all. Is Raquel Gonzalez. You can tell that she actually is getting better. And Dakota Kai, I've always been a fan of Dakota Kai. I've always been a fan of what she does in that ring. She's good in that ring. But for a while, she was just like having a push. It was like just on, off push. But Dakota and Raquel, man, they've been growing. They've really been growing on me a lot in NXT as of late. And Raquel and Dakota, hopefully they win the women's tag team titles, man. I think they deserve it. And the women's tag team titles, give it to NXT. They'll book it better. The main roster on Monday Night Raw, they don't want the women's tag team titles. They don't. If they did, they would treat it bad. They would not treat it like a joke on the main roster on Monday Night Raw. Seriously. Raquel and Dakota need to win the women's tag team titles. I'm telling you right now. Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai are your next women's tag team champions. So then we get to the next match of the night, the North American title match between Johnny Gargano and Kushida. We had the Way making their way to the stage, but Dexter Lumis then snatched Austin Theory while everyone else was distracted. Gargano then tells LeRae and Hartwell to find Theory, and then So it was so Johnny Gargano Kushida North American title with Johnny doing this by himself. So this match, Kushida almost locked in the hoverboard lock almost right off the bat, right at the beginning of this match, but Johnny luckily avoided it. Kushida then drove Gargano down to the mat. Kushida was really working on Johnny's left arm a bunch of times in this match. You had Kushida doing a bunch of submission holds, attempting to set up Gargano up for the hoverboard lock. Kushida and Gargano were then trading submission attempts and pin attempts as well. A really good match here with Johnny Gargano and Kushida, man. Really good stuff here with these two guys. Gargano then tried to help set up the Gargano escape, but Kushida countered it and locked Gargano and the Gargano escaped Johnny's own hold. Gargano then reaches the ropes for a rope break. Another series of reversals from Johnny, lands a super kick on and then gets the ropes. Johnny then lands a super kick on the apron. Johnny then sends Kushida into the ring steps head first. Kushida then suplexes Johnny out to the floor into an armbar. Kushida then only breaks the hold. Kushida then only breaks the hold to break the referee's count. Kushida then sends Johnny flying with a butterfly. Johnny Gargano then sent flying with a butterfly suplex onto the outside of the ring from Kushida, which looked nice and vicious. Johnny then rolls back in the ring. Kushida drop kicks Johnny's injured arm, Johnny Gargano's injured left arm that Kushida was working on during the match. Kushida then twists Johnny's wrist before slamming it into the mat. Kushida flips to the apron. Johnny grabs Kushida's head and hits a rope-assisted neck breaker, which looked beautiful. Kushida kicks out. Then fast-forwarding this match, we had Kushida and Gargano then floor each other with a double clothesline, and then a hip toss into a cartwheel dropkick by Kushida. Kushida was then stomping on the back of Johnny's head. Kushida then locks in an ankle lock, shades of Kurt Angle. Gargano gets to his feet. Kushida then German suplexes Johnny Gargano. Kushida kicks Gargano in the back of the head. Gargano somehow kicks out of this. Gargano then avoids Kushida's handspring attack. Gargano then tries a slingshot spear, but Kushida counters it into a rolling hammerlock suplex. Gargano kicks out. Kushida then blocks Johnny's springboard with a devastating right hand. The final beat in-ring springboard DDT that Johnny Gargano does for his current finisher. And then Kushida then arm ringers Johnny and slams his arm into the ring post, continuing to work on Johnny's arm. Gargano then pushes Kushida off the top rope. Kushida explodes in the corner with a handspring attack. Kushida tries to set up a superplex, but Johnny reverses it in midair into a spinning brainbuster, which looked nice. Gargano then holds on and immediately hits a tornado DDT off the second rope. Kushida kicks out. And then fast forwarding this match, we then get Gargano rolling Kushida into the Gargano escape. Kushida reverses it into the hoverboard lock. Now, I thought we were going to get a new North American champion right here. Johnny Gargano was this close to tapping out. But Johnny's fighting it, and he barely gets to the bottom ropes. And I mean barely. And then Kushida tried a head scissors, but Johnny Gargano did the lawn dart to Kushida into the middle turnbuckle, which looked freaking nasty, man. Holy shit. If Kushida doesn't have a concussion after this, I would be shocked, man. My God. So then Kushida then managed to hit a chicken wing suplex into the corner. Kushida then lands a flying armbar off the top rope, but then Johnny somehow manages to get his foot on the bottom rope. Gargano rolls out of the ring, but Kushida will not let go of Johnny's arm. Gargano then slams Kushida into the ring apron to try and break off the arm block, the arm bar lock at least a couple times. Kushida then finally lets go. Gargano then tries to crawl up the ramp, but Kushida cuts him off and runs really fast off of the from the ramp to the ring. And Kushida with a punt kick to Johnny's her arm. Freaking nasty, man. Shades of Kushida, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So Johnny's favoring his arm. So Johnny Gargano's favoring his hurt, injured left arm. Is Johnny Gargano is favoring his arm. Kushida then puts Gargano in a double wrist lock. Gargano slingshots Kushida's neck into the top rope. So then this was the turning point of this match. Gargano then hits one final beat on the ramp, which looked brutal. Kushida rolls back in the ring. Gargano then Gargano then pushes Kushida back into the ring and then hits a second one final beat for the win, and winner and still your North American champion, Johnny Gargano. This was a really good match here. Really, really good match here. Now, my pick was Kushida to win the North American title, but I mean the match was good, but I don't know where Kushida goes. But Kushida, I don't know where he goes from here, man. Let me know where you think he goes from here. But Johnny Gargano winning. I mean, he's only held the title. Now, Damian Priest, I think he should have never lost the North American title, in my opinion. I mean, in my opinion, but if you were gonna give Johnny Gargano the North American title, fine. If you had him, if you wanted to give it to him at NXT Halloween Havoc last October, fine. But then they had the bullshit with Leon Ruff last November when he beat Johnny for the North American title, which was terrible. Terrible. Then they took it off of Leon Ruff in December, thank God. So it's like you take and it's like you give the belt to Leon Ruff only to give it back to Johnny Gargano, and that Leon Ruff thing last November was bad. I did not like that at all. I did not. So with the Leon Ruff bullshit late last year, if they did not have that, Johnny would have held that North American title from late October last year from NXT Halloween Havoc up until Takeover Vengeance Day, and Johnny would have had a decent reign. Then Kushida probably would have won the title, but that the bullshit with Leon Ruff last November, which should have never happened, and they took the belt off Leon Ruff at War Games last December, thank God. So, and it's like, and Johnny's only held the North American title for 2 months now. And I understand 2 months is not a title reign, but Kushida had to strike while the iron. But with Kushida, he had to strike while the iron was hot. I mean, this was a good match, but where does Kushida go from here? And he was on he was on what, 6-month winning streak, and I feel like it was kind of wasted here. But though the match was good, but still, I feel like Kushida's 6-month winning streak was wasted. That's just my opinion, though. But where does Kushida go from here? But where Kushida goes from here, I have no idea. But let me know what you guys think on that. But Johnny Gargano won the title in December at War Games last December, and Johnny continues to hold on to that title, the North American title. And Dexter Lumis is your next North American champion, man. Mark my words. I think Johnny Gargano, it's like with him as North American champ right now, I think at this point I could see him dropping that title to Dexter Lumis, in my opinion, probably at WrestleMania weekend this year or this August at SummerSlam weekend, but we'll see what happens, man. But Dexter Lumis, man, he will be your next North American champion, and I am definitely high on Dexter Lumis, man. Dexter Lumis is fucking good. Definitely a fan of Dexter Lumis and what he does in NXT these days, man. But Johnny Gargano retains here, and I think Lumis is the one to take the title off Johnny. But we'll see what happens. But a good match here with Kushida and Johnny Gargano here for the North American title. But I don't know where where Kushida goes from here, but I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know what you guys think on all of that. And then we get the third match of the night, the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. Zach James Drake and Liverpool's #1, Zach Gibson of the Grizzled Young Veterans. No. Let me impersonate the Grizzled Young Veterans. There you go. The Grizzled Young Veterans versus Wesley and Nash Carter of MSK, formerly known as the Rascals from TNA Impact Wrestling. Now, really, really good match here. Now, which do I thought was better, the men's Dusty Classic finals or the one for the women? I think the men's one. The women's one was good, but I enjoyed this men's one too. But I think I like the men's one more, though both ones were good. But that's just me. Let me know what you guys think on that, and let me know your opinions on that in the comment section of this very video. But MSK Grizzled Young Veterans, let's talk about this. Grizzled Young Veterans, a UK version of the Revival. And MSK, man, only watching them like a few times. I am liking them already. Now I know why Adam is so high on them from Impact Wrestling. And MSK, man, they are freaking good, man. They are that good. They are that good as MSK. With Nash Carter and Wesley. And before we talk about this match, NXT's tag division, with the start of the Dusty Classic, NXT's tag division has really been meant something again. And NXT UK's tag division, very underrated. They have some decent teams over there too in NXT UK as well. AEW's tag division, the best, but Raw and SmackDown's tag division, that's a completely different story, man. Completely different story. So, this match here, MSK and Grizzled Young Veterans. We had MSK with a double team with a flying drop kick into a Bronco Buster. We had the thing where double team where Nash Carter does like the flip thing, and a double team where Wesley just flips him and into a double team splash, which is nice to see. We had Lee hitting a cartwheel senton on the outside, flattening both Gibson and Drake. Carter then leaps off Lee's back and lands on Drake, which looked freaking cool. We then had Gibson move out of the way. Gibson floors Carter with a clothesline onto the floor. Gibson and Drake then both take turns working over Nash Carter. Carter then manages to eventually tag in Wesley. Lee clears the ring. Gibson and Drake then end up on the outside of the ring. And then fast forwarding this match, we had Lee hitting a backflip Pele kick, like a double. Now Wesley, he does like a backflip Pele kick, like a double backflip Pele kick. And I'm watching this, I'm like, holy shit, man, that was freaking cool, man. A double flip Pele kick, backflip Pele kick from Wesley onto Zach Gibson. This looked freaking cool, man. My God. Tag team wrestling, folks. Tag team fucking wrestling. Drake then breaks up the pin. He breaks up the pin in time. Gibson then tries a powerbomb, but Lee reversed it into a facebuster. Carter then fires up and hits a Skywalker cutter onto Gibson for a near fall. Then fast forwarding this match, we had James Drake then hitting a beautiful. James Drake then hits a beautiful 450 splash. Wesley kicks out. Then Lee reverses the Doomsday device into a victory roll. Gibson kicks out. Lee and Carter then hit Hot Fire Flame on Zach Gibson. Lee destroys Drake with a Poison Rana, which looked freaking cool and nasty and devastating. Nash Carter lands a Swanton Bomb. Wesley then follows that with the Final Flash. Drake kicks out at like 2.9. James Drake barely kicks out, man. Barely kicks out. Zach Gibson picks up Wesley on the shoulders outside the ring. Drake comes flying in and suicide dives Lee off Gibson's shoulders. Carter then fights off Gibson and Drake. Gibson and Drake then blast Carter with a powerbomb into a backstabber. Carter kicks out. Gibson then badmouths Nash Carter. Now, before this match, we had Zach Gibson with the Grizzly Young Veterans with James Drake with them cutting this promo with Zach Gibson. I love Zach Gibson, man. I love me some Zach Gibson, man. A damn good heel, man. That is how you play a heel, not the Miz, man. Hey, Miz and Baron Corbin and Charlotte Flair, take notes, guys. Zach Gibson with Zach Gibson as a heel. That is how you play a heel. That is how you play a fucking heel. So then Drake and Gibson then set up the Ticket to Mayhem tag team finisher, but Wesley broke it up. Nash Carter picks up James Drake in a bear hug. Wesley then slingshots off the ropes into a blockbuster. And then 1, 2, 3, and the winners and new Dusty Rhodes Classic champions for the men, MSK of Wesley and Nash Carter. Really, 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 really good stuff here. And MSK and NXT, not even for like 4 months, and not even like I'll scratch that. Not even 2 months into their NXT run. Not even 2 months, less than 2 months. NXT has made 2 new stars in MSK and Nash Carter and Wesley. Very good stuff here. Very good stuff. Now, I picked the Grizzly Young Veterans to win this, but MSK winning, I cannot shit all over this. I can't shit on this. I can't. That's how good this match was. And the Grizzly Young Veterans look good in defeat. The Grizzly Young Veterans are not buried. And I've said this before a while ago. There are losers and there are losers who look good in defeat. Losers are the Miz and John Morrison. That's a lose. Losers are Miz and Morrison. Though the Miz and John Morrison. Those are losers. Gibson and Drake are not losers. Gibson and Drake are not buried. At MSK versus Grizzly Young Veterans, it's not the only time they face each other. They'll come back and revisit this. And when they do, it'll be this summer, and this time it'll be for the NXT tag titles. I guarantee that. I would not be surprised if that happens, but this is a really good match here with MSK and Grizzly Young Veterans. Grizzly Young Veterans have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. MSK will be your next NXT Tag Team Champions, mark my words. And then when MSK win the NXT Tag Team titles, Gibson and Drake will then meet MSK again, but this time for the NXT Tag titles. And then Gibson and Drake will win the NXT Tag titles. I could easily see that happening. That would not surprise me whatsoever. And MSK right now are your next NXT Tag Team Champions before the Grizzly Young Veterans, man. And I love Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, and I like Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, I really do. But have they done anything with those NXT Tag Team titles? I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. And the only reason Lorcan and Burch won those NXT Tag Team titles back in late 2020 last year was because of Pat McAfee. And now Pat McAfee is gone. And now Pat McAfee is gone. And now that Pat McAfee is gone, there's no reason for Lorcan and Burch to have those titles anymore. There's no reason for Lorcan and Burch to have those titles anymore. And the NXT Tag Team titles, give them to MSK before giving them to the Grizzly Young Veterans. That would not surprise me whatsoever. And I think they should do that, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on that. But MSK and Grizzly Young Veterans here, really, really good stuff, man. And they will meet again. Will it be better than their first encounter? I don't know. But We'll see what happens. But this was a really, really good match here. Arguably one of the best matches of the night, if not probably the best match of the night. But it's subjective, and but a really, really good match here with MSK and Grizzled Young Veterans here nonetheless. Really, really good match here nonetheless. And then we get to the triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. Io Shirai defending the NXT Women's Championship against Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. Love me some Toni Storm, man, by the way. Just thought I'd say that real quick. Love me some Toni Storm, man. Love me some Toni Storm. Mercedes Martinez, the smartest woman ever. She got out of retribution. No, I'm sorry. Reword that. Failure-bution. Adam, I know you're watching, dude. I know you're watching, bro. So, yeah. But yeah, Mercedes Martinez, still the smartest woman in the world. She got out of retribution as soon as she could. Mercedes Martinez got out of retribution. Thank God. Her name was going to be Retaliation Retribution. Like, are you freaking? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Mercedes Martinez is I think she's in her late 30s. I think. Let me see here. Look at my phone. Mercedes Martinez's age. Let me see. Mercedes Martinez age. She's 40 years old. She actually turned 40 last November. So Mercedes Martinez, 40 years old, and you're going to put her in a fucking mask in a failure of her group known as Retribution? Are you fucking for real? Mercedes Martinez did the right thing by getting out of Retribution. And if this was a Triple H move, good on him. And Mercedes Martinez, she even knows that Retribution's a failure. And now look where Retribution is at right now. Retribution, where are they at right now? Where are they now? You got T-balls, you got Slapnuts, you got Disgrace or Mice or Mickey Mouse, you got Pepper Jack, Colby Jack, Monterey Jack, you got Apple Jack, Cracker Jack, you got Donuts, you got Slapnuts, you got T-balls, you got Ice Cold, aka Reckoning, and then you got Mustafa Ali of Failure-bution. And I like Mustafa Ali, but Retribution they've been booked as losers on Raw at this point, with the way they've been booked. And yeah. And it's not even their fault, but it's the way they've been booked on Raw. Shitty Raw booking. The shitty Raw booking, that's Monday Night Raw's fault, you know? But anyways. But yeah, it's like Mercedes Martinez, 40 years old, and Mercedes Martinez will probably wrestle, and Mercedes Martinez will probably wrestle for a few more years, and then she'll probably retire after that, probably. And you're going to put her in a mask in the failure of a group? Are you kidding me? Mercedes Martinez did the absolute right thing by getting out of Retribution. And good on Mercedes Martinez. And if it was also Triple H call as well, good on Triple H also. Good on Mercedes, good on Triple H, and good on Mercedes Martinez. That's all I got to say on that. So the triple threat match for the NXT Women's title. This is another good match here. Now, as good as this match was, now all the matches on the show at Takeover Vengeance Day, all the matches on Takeover Vengeance Day were good. But the 5 matches that were on the show, all 5 matches were good. But if I had to pick the weakest match of the show, it would be this match here. Now, don't get me wrong. This match was good here. It was, but there was a spot here. There was a botch in this match that wasn't even supposed to happen. You had Toni Storm. I think she was trying to put Mercedes or Io through the announce table was Toni Storm, but the table broke itself. I don't know what tables NXT is using these days, but they got to get better tables, man. Toni Storm, I think she was putting Io or Mercedes. I'm trying to remember which one Toni Storm was trying to put through the announce table, but the announce table broke itself, and it was a big botch. it was not Tony Storm's fault. It was nobody's fault. But the table just broke itself. NXT's got to get better tables, man. And the table just broke, and the announce table just broke by itself. And watching this last Sunday, I was like, oh shit, someone in the back's gonna be fired for this botch table spot, man. Oh shit. So, but I mean, yeah, it's like NXT. I like NXT, but it's like with these tables, man. NXT, they gotta get better tables, man. They have to. That's just me though. But that was the one botch. That was the botch in this match. But other than that, this was a good match. Not great, but it was good. You had in this match Martinez knocking Shirai out of the ring using the introductions. Martinez then slammed Storm. And then he had Shirai break it up with a flying knee strike. Shirai then knocks Martinez off the apron and then crushes Storm with a double stomp. Storm then boosts Shirai in the face with a big boot. Storm then smashes Shirai with a basement clothesline in the ropes. Martinez then grabs Storm and hits a spinning neck breaker off the second rope to the outside. Shirai then tries the outside moonsault, but Martinez moves out of the way. Shirai slams into the barricade. Martinez then tosses Shirai all over the barricade. Martinez then works over Storm in the ring. Shirai then appears out of nowhere and hits a missile drop kick. Shirai then flattens Martinez with a running double knee strike in the corner. Shirai then tries it again, but she runs right into a boss man slam by Tony Storm. Storm then crushes Shirai in the corner with a hip attack. Storm then tries to do the same thing on Martinez, but Martinez counters with the spine buster, which looked nice. Shirai then locks Storm in the crossface. Martinez then grabs Shirai and locks in a dragon sleeper. Mercedes Martinez then hits a reverse suplex. Shirai then trips Martinez into the ropes. 619 by Io Shirai, shades of Rey Mysterio. Shirai springboard drop kick on Mercedes Martinez that drop kicks Martinez clear out of the ring. Shirai then tries to set up Io then tries to set up a superplex, but Martinez then pushes Shirai then pushes Shirai to the floor. Martinez with a German suplex to Storm off the top rope. Storm then lands on her head. Martinez then hangs in the tree of woe. Shirai hits a double stomp, driving Martinez into the mat with a sickening thud. Everyone then ends up on the outside of the ring. Martinez with a Death Valley driver on Shirai, and Mercedes Martinez Death Valley drivers Io Shirai into the plexiglass barricade. Storm then hits a lariat. Storm then sets up the Storm. Tony Storm then is then setting up the Storm Zero, with the intent of putting Martinez to the announce desk. Martinez back body drops Storm on the desk. And then as Storm and Martinez were then battling, Shirai then dives off the metal staging onto Martinez and Storm. Off that metal thing next to the announce table on the outside. Io Shirai does that, which looked cool. Martinez then sends Shirai into the ring steps. Martinez then knees Storm in the face over and over again. Martinez then hits the Fisherman's Buster in the ring, but Storm kicks out. The Fisherman Buster from Mercedes Martinez looked beautiful. Looked really good in this match. The Fisherman Buster. Storm then blasts Martinez with a headbutt. Tony Storm hits Storm Zero on Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez kicks out. Diving headbutt by Tony Storm. And then Tony Storm goes for the pin. But Io Shirai, who was taken out of the match earlier, then out of nowhere, Io Shirai comes in, hits the Asai Moons, hits the moonsault. Io Shirai hits the moonsault, and she hits it both Mercedes and Tony. And then 1, 2, 3, and then Io Shirai wins and retains the NXT Women's Championship by pinning Mercedes Martinez. Outside of that table botch there, this is a really good match here. Now, Io Shirai, she retained her. She pinned Mercedes Martinez. I could see Io and Tony feuding for the title after this, where Tony Storm finally wins the NXT Women's Championship. I could see that, and then Tony Storm wins the NXT Women's title, and then Io Shirai gets called up to the main roster. I think that's where they're headed, to be honest with you. Now, Io Shirai, I don't want her on the main roster. I really don't. I don't. Do I trust the main roster with Io Shirai? Absolutely fucking not. Do I trust the main roster with Io Shirai? Absolutely fucking not. Do I trust the main roster with Io? Hell no. Hell no. Do I trust the WWE main roster? The main roster. Do I trust the main roster with Io Shirai? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. But if you're gonna call up Io, fine. If I was sorry. Something I thought something. Yeah, sorry guys. It's like it's no ghost, but it's like something I thought something. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. But anyways, Io Shirai, I don't want her on the main roster, man. I really don't. But if you're gonna call her up, fine. But Io Shirai, where would I put her? Monday Night Raw? No. Where would I put Io Shirai? SmackDown. Io Shirai versus Sasha Banks Part 2? Come on. Come on. Shut the fuck up and take my fucking money. Io versus Sasha Part number 2. Io Shirai versus Bayley. I even saw on Twitter not long ago, Bayley's official Twitter, she tweets out on Twitter not long ago, this Bayley, I want Io Shirai, and Bayley added Io Shirai in that tweet. Io Shirai versus Bayley, take my fucking money, man. Take my fucking money. Io Shirai versus Sasha, Io Shirai versus Bayley, Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair, Io Shirai versus Carmella, and Carmella's actually gotten better. Same thing with Liv Morgan, Io Shirai versus Liv Morgan, Io Shirai and Ruby Riott. Io Shirai versus Ruby Riott would be good. Io Shirai versus Natalya would be good. And I'm hearing rumors of Rhea Ripley going to SmackDown. Io versus Ripley. If Becky Lynch goes to SmackDown, because Seth Rollins is on SmackDown, and Becky Lynch will probably go to SmackDown as well. If Becky Lynch goes to SmackDown program Io versus Becky. If Ronda Rousey goes to SmackDown, if that happens, Io versus Ronda. If Sonya Deville ever wrestles on SmackDown again soon, hope Io Shirai versus Sonya Deville. If Sonya ever wrestles again on SmackDown, if Sonya ever wrestles again on SmackDown, hopefully soon, Io versus Sonya. There's some decent dream matches for Io on SmackDown, man. There really is. Io on Raw, she just get lost in the shuffle. Decent dream matches for Io on SmackDown, man. For Io Shirai, man. Io Shirai on Raw, Io Shirai on Raw would just get lost in the shuffle, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say on that. But a good triple threat here, for the NXT Women's Championship. And then we get to the main event of the evening from NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day last Sunday night, man. NXT Championship match. Finn Balor versus the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. We got Pete Dunne going right after Balor's formerly injured arm. We got Balor countering into an armbar of his own. We got Finn and Dunne. We got Balor and Dunne both trading submission attempts, which looked nice. And then fast forwarding this match, Dunn is relentless in this match, and then Ballard takes over Dunn, and then Ballard takes Dunn over in a side headlock. Stalemate, and another stalemate with Ballard and Dunn. Then fast forwarding this match, Dunn then manipulates Balor's wrist in ways that shouldn't be possible, with Pete Dunne known for bending the fingers and all, which still to this day, I cringe every time I see Pete Dunne bending the opponent's fingers. I always cringe when I see that. I would not want to be in that ring ever with someone like Pete Dunne and getting your fingers just bent like that, and just Pete Dunne bending your fingers like that, man. Yeah. so then Ballard and back body drops his way out of it. This Finn Balor. Finn Balor then fights to lock in the Gable grip. Pete Dunne then counters into a cross arm breaker. Dunne grinds his shin into Balor's jaw. Dunne then locks in another submission. Balor manages to escape that. Dunne then locks Balor in a head scissors, and then Dunne bends Balor's fingers. Balor stomps on Dunne's foot. Balor rolls Dunne into a modified Achilles hold. Arabian leg lock by Finn Balor. Balor then works over Dunne's leg and foot. Balor and Dunne then both trade strikes. Balor then sets Dunne's foot into the second rope. Finn Balor then drives his knee into the back of Pete Dunne's leg. Dunne and Balor then both trade pin attempts. Enziguri by Pete Dunne. Balor then responds with a lariat. Dunne kicks out. Balor then grabs Dunne's leg, and Balor lands elbow strike after elbow strike to the back of Dunne's leg. Balor then locks Dunne in an STF, shades of John Cena. Pete Dunne then grabs Finn Balor's fingers. Balor drives Ballard and Pete Dunne then drives Balor's fingers into the mat, which was nasty. Balor doesn't let up and lights Dunne with a series of chops. Dunne fires up, but when he tries to backflip off the top, his knee gives out. Balor then drop kicks Dunne in the knee. Balor then tries a 1916, but Dunne reverses it into a hip toss. Dunne then stomps on Balor's face. Tiger bomb by Pete Dunne. Balor kicks out. Pete Dunne then hits a German suplex before Balor could react. Dunne then stomps on his fingers. Balor with a punt kick on Dunne's leg. Balor then fires up and hits the John Woo drop kick. The hesitation drop kick. Balor then goes up top, and then as Balor sails off the top, Dunne then catches him in midair with a triangle. Balor then tries to get to the ropes, but Dunne rolls him back to the center of the ring. Balor eventually gets his foot on the rope as Balor was passing out. Dunne then drags Balor to the center of the ring. The referee pushes Dunne away and checks on Balor. Balor then says he could continue the match. Dunne then stomps on Finn Balor's face. Then Pete Dunne goes for the bitter end. Balor escapes it. Balor puts Dunne in a seated abdominal stretch. Pete Dunne then gets a hold on Balor's fingers. Dunne snaps Balor's fingers, which look absolutely freaking nasty, man. And then Dunne uses Balor's own arm to give him a low blow, which looked brutal. And then Dunne hits the bitter end, and then 1, 2, and a kick out, and Finn Balor kicks out of the bitter end. Pete Dunne then stomps on Balor's hand twice. Balor counters into a nasty DDT. Dunne and Balor then trade strikes. Balor then finally hits the 1916. Dunne kicks out. Dunne holds onto Balor's hand. Pete Dunne stomps on Dunne's injured foot. Pete Dunne then snaps Finn Balor's fingers again. Balor then rips out Pete Dunne's mouthpiece's green mouthpiece out of Pete Dunne's mouth. Balor then drop kicks Dunne right in the face. Balor then drop kicks Dunne right in the face. Pete Dunne is then out cold. Finn Balor then goes up top rope, hits the coup de grace, and then Finn Balor follows that up with the 1916 again for the win in 1, 2, and 3. And the winner and still your NXT champion, the Prince Finn Balor. Then after this match, as Balor was then trying to leave, Lorcan and Burton hit the ring and then attacked Balor. Undisputed Era of Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole then hit the ring, and then they make the save. Kyle O'Reilly then helps Finn Balor up. O'Reilly then asks Balor to stand with them. And then the Undisputed Era starts to pose with their this thing. Gotta do it. Gotta do it, man. They were doing that. And then as Balor was about to join in and do the pose as well, Adam Cole then super kicks Finn Balor out of nowhere. Adam Cole the super kick to Finn Balor out of freaking nowhere. And then O'Reilly and Strong then asked Cole what he just did and why he did what he did. They were asking Adam Cole why. Cole then says that this is BS and they know it. And then Adam Cole super kicks Kyle O'Reilly. And then Roderick Strong doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what to do. And then Cole tells Strong to come with him. Strong doesn't move. And then Cole walks away. Strong then stands by the ropes trying to figure out what just happened. And Adam Cole leaves and walks up the ramp and leaves by himself. Was Adam Cole. And then that's how NXT Takeover Vengeance Day goes off the air. A good NXT title match and a good ending here with a really good NXT Takeover Vengeance Day, man. Adam Cole turning on the Undisputed Era. I did not see this coming, man. I totally did not see this coming, man. And the NXT title picture, a lot more unpredictable now. Do we get Finn Balor and Karrion Kross for the NXT title round WrestleMania weekend? Do we get Finn Balor and Adam Cole for the NXT title round WrestleMania weekend? Do we get Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly again for a third time for the NXT title for this year's WrestleMania weekend? Do we give the NXT title to Kyle O'Reilly at this point? Do we do Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly before Adam Cole gets called up to the main roster by himself? Does Adam Cole get called up to the main roster by himself? Do we get for the NXT Championship Finn Balor versus Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Bobby Fish versus Roderick Strong? Do we get Karrion Kross involved? It's very unpredictable, man, the NXT title picture situation right now, man. Really unpredictable right now. The possibilities are just endless, man. And it's unpredictable, but in a good way. But that's that. But it's unpredictable in a good way, and it could go either way, man. And does Roderick Strong join Adam Cole? Does he not join Adam Cole? And Bobby Fish should be cleared sooner or later. Is he going to join Adam Cole, or is he not going to join Adam Cole? We'll see what happens. This is very, very interesting to see what happens, man. But I'm excited for it, man. I really, really am. And it was a nice little clip, and it was a nice little cliffhanger with NXT Takeover Vengeance Day, and it gives you a reason to watch NXT this week. And I'm excited, man. I have not been like being excited for NXT and all, and coming out of Takeover. I have not felt excited like that I have not felt excited with that for a very long time, since in about a year, in my opinion. But I'm excited, man, and I'm looking forward to NXT this week, man. I really, really am, man. I really am. But we'll see what happens with NXT this week. But I'm excited for it, and now you have a reason to watch NXT this week, and I'm pretty excited for it, man. And it's like, if this didn't get you, and it's like with the ending of Takeover Vengeance Day last Sunday night, now you have a reason to watch NXT this week. If this doesn't give you a reason to watch, if this doesn't give you a reason to watch NXT this week, if this doesn't do it, I don't know what will. this was a good takeover for Takeover Vengeance Day and a nice little cliffhanger. And now you have a reason to watch NXT this week. And I will say this, man, to end this video, man. NXT, like 2020, it was 2020 was not kind to NXT at all, man. It really was not. But ever since the start of 2021, NXT's been pretty much all business, man. They really have. They've just been focusing, like, not so much counterproducting against AEW, not much and all. They've been just focusing on the in-ring competition and all. And they've just been all business this year, man. So ever since the start of 2021, ever since the start of 2021, man, NXT's been all fucking business, man. They really have. I just wish NXT was on a different night. And I've said this time and time again. If NXT was on Tuesday, or if NXT was off Wednesday, and if NXT was on Tuesday or Thursday, I guarantee you that people would watch NXT again. The ratings, NXT would get a better rating, and NXT, and people would watch NXT again. People would watch NXT again. That's just me, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. This was a good takeover, man, and a nice little cliffhanger that gives you a reason to watch. And a nice. This was a good takeover. NXT Takeover Vengeance Day, a damn near perfect takeover, and with the ending of Takeover Vengeance Day, a nice little cliffhanger that definitely gives you a reason to watch NXT for this week. And that is all I got to say on that. And that's your review for NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiore2014, and follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. Add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. The option's always there for you guys. And again, follow me on Instagram at NicholasFiore2014, and follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579 over on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. And make sure you hit the like button as well for this very video here, guys. It would be really greatly appreciated. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Make sure you hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. And be sure that you turn on that bell for all notifications so you guys are notified whenever I'm uploading videos from the channel onto youtube.com publicly. So subscribe to the Furious Nation YouTube channel if you've not done so already. Turn on that bell for all notifications, and make sure you hit that like button as well, guys. It would be really greatly appreciated, guys. I'm Nick Fiore. This is the Furious Nation YouTube channel. I'm getting the hell out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the review video for NXT Takeover Vengeance Day. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys liked the video, and hope you guys enjoyed the video here and had a good time with this video here. And I will see you next time right here in the channel for more good videos right here on the Furious Nation YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll talk to you guys later.